We started therapy, 28 days therapy for Domino with injections for leishmania.
When they brought him into the shelter yard, his body looked drained in a way that was hard to watch. He could barely hold himself together, and every hand around him had to move slowly because help was something he still needed to understand before he could trust it. Even standing there took everything he had.
He's better than before, but he's still in a bad condition, so we started a different therapy now for 20 days.
Once he was back on his feet, the yard felt almost too big for him. He did not run toward anyone, and he did not know where safety was yet, but he stayed upright and tried to take in the space around him. That small attempt mattered more than it looked.
Leishmania is really bad for the poor dogs.
The first steps were not a big dramatic moment. They were small, uneven, and careful. He moved a little, stopped again, looked back at the people near him, and waited to see if those hands would stay gentle. They did, and that is why he kept trying.
100% healthy. So he started a new therapy.
A simple blanket became part of his new world. It was not much, just a soft place beside the doghouse. But for a dog who had been carrying pain, even that small comfort gave him a reason to pause, breathe, and understand that this place was different.
Long-care therapy. He's happy here with Malu.
Then came the first real signs that he was choosing to trust. He moved closer by himself, lowered his head, sniffed the hand in front of him, and stayed there long enough to learn that touch did not have to mean fear anymore. It could mean safety too.
Happy boy. So much better, but still need work.
By this point, his recovery was not only about treating the wounds. It was about letting him sit near people again, letting other dogs move around him, and showing him that calm attention could stay calm from the beginning to the end. He was learning the rhythm of peace.
Malu, she's shy with people and waiting for us to go away so she will have fun with her boyfriend.
The change was quiet, but it was there. He started meeting the hand instead of pulling away from it. He accepted small touches, small treats, and small moments of patience, and those little choices slowly became the shape of his recovery. Trust was returning, one moment at a time.
Domino? Hey, you beautiful boy.
His body was still thin, and every step still showed the weight of what he had survived. But now he was moving through the yard with purpose, checking the space, following the routine, and learning that each lap could end safely. He was not frozen by fear anymore.
Cream in his ear, drops on his eyes, and injection. Every day.
Weeks later, the difference was easier to see. Under the trees, he still looked like a dog who needed time, but he was standing taller, breathing easier, and carrying a little more life in his eyes than before. The yard no longer seemed bigger than him.
There he is. He's a happy boy. Together, yeah, you are a happy boy. Together with Melody.
This was not a perfect ending, and it was not a quick one. He still needed treatment, care, and careful watching, but he was no longer only surviving the day. He was beginning to live inside the safety he had been given, and that made every calm step feel important.
Domino. Together with Melody. They live here.
The same yard that once looked too open for him had become part of his routine. He could stop in the shade, look around, rest near the others, and move again without fear deciding every step before he took it. Slowly, ordinary life was becoming possible.
But they didn't get on well after some time, so we changed them and they are very happy now.
By the final moments, the story had changed completely. He was not just a wounded dog on the ground anymore. He was standing in the shade, visible, calmer, surrounded by life, and finally safe enough to be himself again. That is the kind of ending he deserved.